Yo, still Bills, what's the deal, man? It's a little cold outside, but what's crazy is it's warmer than it has been. We've been in the negatives the past week. It's 20 degrees right now, Brody. So it is a tad bit warmer out here, but it's still cold. We still in the middle of the motherfucking night king coming to holler at us. But peep game, man, we gotta get into this shit, man. And that is Tank Davis. Man, listen, bro. I don't know. I think the tweet that I just saw from Tank Davis, man, that is pretty much in a nutshell the mentality of the American boxing base, whether it's the fans or the actual fighters. These niggas real life think that we are the cream of the crop and that, yo, man, just we're priority over everybody. You got to bring your ass. If you want me, you got to come over here and holler at me on my soil. Man, listen, man. I think depending on who Tank fights, I'm hearing Frank Martin. We've been hearing Ryo. Depending on who he fights, actually, it doesn't even depend. Well, maybe Ryan, Tank ain't gonna see the numbers he saw with Ryan. He's not gonna see that unless he's fighting another reputable lightweight who is of the same stature as far as marketability is concerned. He's not gonna fight. He's not gonna come across another lightweight like that. That's on the same level of him and Ryan. It's just not gonna happen. And I think people have really jumped out of the window. And I mean, just even last night they was talking about, yo, this the face of boxing because he did 1 million views for the first time with Ryan Garcia and just a whole bunch of wild shit. And that is going to his head once again, man. And he thinks on his next fight he's gonna be able to, match what he did in his last fight, and that's just not the case. That ain't the case at all. That ain't the case at all. Now, if you fight a Frank Martin, that's a much better fight than any other fight that you've been in. But Frank Martin isn't a high-profile fighter as far as the casual fan base to know about him. There's no other fighter in that division that is, except a Shakur Stevenson or a Lomachenko. And even then, Lomachenko's pay-per-view numbers with Devin Haney wasn't nothing to, brag about. So for you to walk around with your nose in the air talking about, man, I want two, what do he say, 2 Rolls Royces or 2 Rarries in my house, and before I even think about going to some wild shit like that. And I'm like, y'all niggas have real life lost your minds, man. Y'all have real life lost your minds. Tank has not had a successful pay-per-view outside of the Ryan Garcia pay-per-view. He has not had a successful pay-per-view at all. For you to talk, for you to just turn your nose up at someone like a Turkey Al-Sheikh who is going to get you the type of payday that you want or that you think you're entitled to. I don't get it with y'all, man. I don't get it with y'all when y'all feel threatened that American boxing is finna somewhat get taken over, which in all actuality it is. Why? Because of the bullshit politics that y'all play over here. Wrong sides of the street, A side, B side shit. I'm not coming over to your promotional bit. I'm not fighting on your. I'm not fighting on your platform. You got to come over here and fight on mine. Just little cornball shit like that. So when you get somebody who's in a position to blur those lines, you're dismissive of them. That tells me that you're uncomfortable with the fact that people are holding your feet to the fire. And now we're in a position where Devin Haney ain't got to bring a certain dollar amount to the table to get you over there, or you ain't got to put up the money to get Devin Haney over there. I just put that shit up and y'all can run that shit over here and you dismiss it. What the fuck? Bro, this is equivalent. IP man, this is how delusional boxing is. What music artist, what actor or actress in any other field, why wouldn't you want to go over to another market and garner another fan base? Because that's not going to do nothing but increase your payday. That's not going to do nothing but increase your notoriety in whatever respective field that you're in. What makes you think you are in a position of where you don't need nobody? You don't need to go over there and holler at Turkey Al-Sheikh. You're not going to get that same payday that you got with Ryan Garcia in your next fight. You're just not. It's not going to happen. So why wouldn't you go? Why wouldn't you take that man up on his offer? All right, yeah, cool, bet that. Where none of y'all have to worry about putting that show up. Unless you just don't want to fight Devin Haney because you see the imminent threat in that man. And you also don't want to fight him on his platform because you can't dictate terms. You can't put weight stipulations on him. Like you did with Ryan Garcia, which was completely unnecessary. That's what that tells me. That is what that tells me. And this is why I'm like, y'all need to just quit mentioning this nigga's name. Let that man float away in the obscurity, man. But it pisses me off that I have to come here and talk about the dude after I'm beating the drum saying we just need to go on ahead and just stop mentioning this nigga's name. American boxing is not what it once was, bro. And y'all are gonna have to come to grips with that. We at this point we gotta play catch up. The Saudis and the Brits, they coming with that bag. Eddie Hearn overpaid a lot of motherfuckers to try to make his foothold in the American market. It didn't play the dividends that he expected it to be, but it got his name on the board. Turkey Al Sheikh, just we wish the way, peace and progress to his excellency. He's talking about the illnesses that he's that's afflicting his body and how he just wants to make a splash and see all this shit happen in his lifetime. That to me is someone of a man who knows, like I got X amount of years left before I transition. And he wants to make the best of that. And in the process of that, he wants to bring that to his country. He wants to open up a whole new boxing market in his that shit, and I don't see anything wrong with that. And what type of dude does not want to go over there and be a part of that shit and get a colossal sized payday in the process, bro? Like, it just doesn't make much sense to me how y'all minds work. Who doesn't want to have motherfuckers over there overseas chanting their name? Do y'all not realize Ali Frazier happened in fucking I was finna say Zamunda in Africa, bro? Was it Zimbabwe? Who the fuck are y'all? Y'all are nothing like these greats, Brody. Y'all are nothing like these all-time greats who transcended boxing. Tyson fought in Japan as an undisputed world champion. Ali had one of his more memorable fights in Africa. Rumble in the Jungle, George Foreman, Zaire. Who the fuck do y'all think y'all are? I'll take that back. Frazier Ali wasn't in Africa. That was a Thriller in Manila. What was it, like the Philippines or some shit like that? I don't know. I could be wrong. The Rumble in the Jungle was in Zaire. Ali, Boumaier. Y'all are neither of them. Y'all are none of them dudes. So where y'all, I don't get how y'all mind works. Like, this shit is acceptable with y'all. I ain't going over there. You send me too raw, arrogant and all that. Man, I'm like this. All right, bet you hold that. And the minute you see the limited success your next pay-per-view is gonna have, you keep that in mind. I'm not fucking with you. And even after I transition, I'm gonna see to it that my team doesn't fuck with you. If I go before your career comes to a halt, or before you decide to hang the gloves up, y'all are some arrogant, pompous motherfuckers, man. Real talk. Real talk. Pause. I gotta get my motherfucking quarter pounder. Yeah, man, but I wouldn't fuck with y'all, Brody. I wouldn't fuck with y'all. Americans are the only ones think that they don't have to lead a block. I ain't gotta leave my hood, bro. I'm good where I'm at. Which, in all actuality, he is good. But if you're in a position to increase your fucking bank account, why wouldn't you? I don't get it, bro. Like, it's not like that we in the era of goddamn Parnell Whitaker and Oscar De La Hoya where we are massively producing these all-time great lightweights, bro. We are not. We are not. Tank is a dude who is simply, he's okay with swimming in the shallow end. He don't want to go find out unless he can dictate the terms in totality. Unless he can say, yo, man, I'm not, like, I'm going to bring you up to this weight, and if I got to go up to your weight, I'm going to put a rehydration clause on you. If you're an imminent threat, I'm going to put a rehydration clause and a catch weight on you, bro. Pause. I'm at McDonald's, man. Thank you. You have a better one? Oh shit, we better. It just doesn't make sense, man. How niggas get, just hold up. It just doesn't make much sense to me, man, how people can just be this complacent and just nonchalant with reality. The whole objective is like, it's the closest you gonna get to getting, the matching that. Yeah, the closest you are gonna get to matching what you did with Ryan Garcia is going over there with Turkey Al-Sheikh, where he's pulling up. Bro, this dude just October he gave us Francis Ngannou versus Tyson Fury. And then in December, he puts on the biggest card in the fucking history of the sport with Day of Reckoning. All of those fights were main event fights. All of them. Daniel Dubois and Jarrell Miller is a main event fight. Wilder Parker is a main event fight. Bivol versus Lyndon Arthur is a main event fight. Appreciate that, big homie. Ajit Kabiel versus Urslanbek Makhmudov would have been that's a main event fight. He put these fights he got all of them to come off of the high horse that they would have normally have been on and say, yo, man, let's, take this money right here, because money talks, and let's get this fight over the line. And they did that. So what makes you think you're in a position, you're just this arrogant to where you don't need to, I ain't going over there. And that's why we're in the predicament that we are in when it comes to boxing in America. It's stagnant, bro. It's stagnant. The level, the standard within it is so low. Why? Because in all actual, you have talented fighters like Tank who doesn't want to find out what it's like to be in a 50-50 fight. This dude is not, he can give a fuck less about legacy. Just I don't get it, man. I don't get it. Where we got niggas who are on our minds are so warped that they're looking at Monster Inoue, who is a superstar, a rock star over there in Japan, talking about it's something weird about this dude fighting in Japan all the time. Like he's not a Japanese fighter with a colossal sized fan base who gets more money over there than he would get over here. It's something wrong with him that he's not trying to fight in America, even though he's fought over here twice. That's how warped we are mentally. It makes no sense. It makes no sense. Give me 2 Raries before I even think about going up. All right, Brody. I would not, if I'm Turkey Al-Sheikh, you got it. You just played your card right there. Good game. Do your thing. Good luck to you in your career. But that was it. That was the only time I'm reaching out. The PBC only has, 14 fight dates, Brody. And each of them it's not enough fighters for him to fight over there on that side of the street that would satisfy the demands of the public. We got Devin Haney calling you out, Shakur Stevenson calling you out. The best he'll give us is a Frank Martin. That's the best he'll give us, which is not even a bad fight. That's a damn good fight if you ask me. But he's just simply not the high-profile fighter that the fighters who are calling him out are. He's not that guy. But it is a good fight. And if we being real, I'm not even mad at a Rayo fight. But it's just not the fight that fans are asking him to compete in. I think those are good fights. Rayo, Frank Martin, I think those are good fights. I'm glad that he ain't fighting a Pitbull. But at what point do you say, yo, this is the fight that my fans want to see me in, so this is the fight that I'm going to be in? At what point do you do that? For you to turn your nose up at someone who has, bottomless pockets, just an endless amount of revenue, cash flow. For you to turn your nose up at him because he wants you to fight over there in his country, when you have fighters who are 20 times the fighter that you are in resume and marketability, popularity, and all that shit, when they can go over there and fight overseas, bro, at this point, Tank is not going to be one of them dudes who's remembered. His name is not going to transcend generations. It's just not the way that Tyson's did, the way that Ali did, the way that Lennox did. the way that Roberto Duran did and Parnell Whitaker, the way that Oscar De La Hoya's name did, Manny Pacquiao. He's not going to have a memorable career like that. He's just not. George Foreman. You can't, because you're not in a y'all. With y'all, everything lives and dies by American rule. If it ain't America, I ain't fucking with it. America, 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 bro. Y'all got to come up out of that shit, bro. America, the scene up here is dying on a whim. Y'all, and that's just some. That's just terms that y'all gonna have to come to cope with. Promoters, they're very standoffish with sending their fighters over to other platforms. Eddie Herndon sent Alicia Baumgartner. What's my man name? John Ryder. He'll send them off. Yeah, man, go get that. How many times has Al Heyman, with a fighter that he has an appreciation for, when has he ever sent them off? It just doesn't make much sense, especially if you have confidence in that said fighter. Yeah, man, go smack on that nigga and show him, we them niggas over here on the PBC side of things. We them niggas. Go over there, go crash that nigga, come on back. Go over there, go crash that nigga, bring that belt back. If he ain't got a belt, just bring me his O. They don't do that. Al Heyman is more inclined to do it than Bob Arum is more inclined to do it than Al Heyman. I just think that shit is just nerve and audacity for you to, for him to give that type of visceral response to a Turkey Al-Sheikh who's not trying to do anything but fatten your pockets and get the boxes, get boxing circulating. And introduce y'all to a broader fan base to where when y'all come back to America, that's that many more people that's looking to buy your pay-per-view. But y'all don't see it like that because it's America or nothing. I will never understand the mind of a lot of these dudes, bro. It's rappers' goals to get a tour overseas. It's entertainers' goals, singers, and all that to get a tour overseas. To touch markets where they don't even speak the same language as you. That's the goal. That is the objective. And y'all don't care to do that shit. Because y'all are just so hell-bent on America, America, America. Like America is not a sinking ship. You're on a platform that's sinking. You're on a platform that has been ran off for 4 or 5 different TV deals, bro. And you still got the nerve to have your nose in the air. You just so happen to be one of the people on that platform who's a little bit more marketable than the others. But even before you fought Ryan Garcia, you was not doing the numbers that would incline that you're this rock star. That your name is buzzing on social media, absolutely. Absolutely. But Dolo, them social media follows they don't translate to buys, to pay-per-view buys. Y'all just do not understand that, man. It's just weird when y'all just think everything is just supposed to. Floyd talking about, yeah, man, let's see if I would love for Anyway to come over here and fight Tank at a catchweight and all this and all that. Come over here and fight in America. Like he hasn't already fought here twice before. Y'all are out of your minds, bro. Y'all are out of your minds. I don't know what it is with them niggas over there, but the business just don't be businessing over there. It just don't be businessing. This is the same team that got Deontay Wilder to turn down $100 million deal for motherfucking DAZN. It just comes with the territory of obliviousness with y'all. When you sign with PBC, they have warped y'all niggas to be loyal, blindly loyal. Tank and David Benavidez at this point in time is going to be the only niggas who's consistently getting work. Because those are the ones that's really keeping the brand afloat. But what happens if they lose? What happens if they lose And Floyd has trained your minds so much, or tainted your minds so much to where y'all believe if you lose a fight, you trash. So what happens if they lose? Where do we go next? It just doesn't make sense, man. At some point, y'all got to start to, remold the minds of the American boxing fan base and the fighters, because the fighters need a reset button as well. But at what point do y'all say, y'all, nah, man, let's go ahead and do this shit a little bit different. Let's do this shit a little bit different. So I don't like where we're at I don't like where we're at as a market. I don't like the headspace that we're in as Americans. I don't like the boxing space that we're in. I don't like how warped our minds are. At what point do y'all do that? I would not do business with Tank if I'm Turkey Al Sheep, bro. I just wouldn't. I just wouldn't. I wouldn't. But his mind is so like he thinks that his bank account, like he's good, like he got money or whatever. He got money or whatever. So he, in his heart of hearts, man, I don't need them niggas. I'm good over here. I don't need to go over there. I don't need to go over there. You dig? I got all the money I need or whatever. So he may be good for he may be set for life or whatever, man. But shit, bro, as much trouble as you get into them lawyer fees and everything, all that shit get to adding up. What happens when you can use that? I would cut. Nah, I'm not. I'm nah. We good on Tank. That would be my mindset if I'm Turkey Al Sheik. I just like, how dare you, bro? I want two Rarries for me to even think about going over there. How dare you? The nerve and audacity, bro, of these dudes of Americans, of the American fight fan, of the American fighter. Just say you don't want to fight Devin Haney, bro. Don't say just save your breath talking about I'm gonna make that shit look on my dead homie. I'm gonna make that shit look easy on the dead homie. Like, man, all right, bro. It sounds good. Floyd, even though he's not even a fucking Mayweather Promotions fighter, he has warped his kid's mind to where he's still protecting the asset, even though he's not an asset anymore. He's taking the path of least resistance, even in the now. And he's not even a TMT fighter. Straight Floyd Mayweather playbook, bro. It's sad. It's sad. And he is not going to understand the amount of damage that he has done to himself until he retires and he's not making the Hall of Fame. And maybe he doesn't want to make the Hall of Fame. Maybe he doesn't want to make the Hall of Fame. But it's easy to say that when I don't give a fuck about none of that shit. It's easy to say that shit till you go and you don't know who I am. You don't know who I am. You never heard of Tank Davis? When niggas is not remembering who you are, bro, that's when it's really gonna hit you. Like, yo, y'all really forgot who the fuck I am. I feel some type of way when a motherfucker tell me about something. I'm like, bro, did you not remember what I were? You don't. Okay. Floyd has fucked this little dude's mind up, bro. And I don't think it's something that he's ever gonna come out of. Maybe at the end of his career. Maybe at the end of his career. But I don't even really see him having a legacy defining fight. Unless that legacy defining fight comes with, attachments and stipulations to it. You dig? That enables the fighter in front of him. It's sad, Brody. It's sad. If I'm Turkey Al Sheik, I'll be like, yo, I'm not fucking with this dude, bro. And that's just me. That's just me. There's other big fights out there. God forbid Devin Haney and Shakur Stevenson go out there and do wild numbers. You dig? God forbid he take a whole. I mean, shit. It's only a matter of time before all of those fighters start seeing big paydays over there on the zone. Richardson Hitchens, Williams Zepeda, all of them dudes, Brody. All of them dudes. It's only Diego Pacheco. It's only going to be a matter of time before they all start going over there and cashing in on that Saudi money. While you over here waiting on Al Heyman staying in. Ugh. I guess so, man. The moral of the story is just stop calling dude out. Don't call him out no more. Let that man stay in his own world where he feel like he don't need nobody. And America is just the end all be all. Let him stay over there. Stop calling his name. I gotta stop making videos about it. Ridiculous thing. It is just utterly ridiculous. I can't believe the level of just ridiculousness that plagues this dude's mind. But yeah, man, that's pretty much all I got to say about it. I'm about to start making these store runs so I can get back home and get my chill on, man. Y'all be easy. Deuces.